forgot what this video was about. So today, very simple concept. I'm going to be ranking every BL I consider forgettable. So the first tier is low-key underrated. These are the shows that are still forgettable, but kind of good as well. The second tier is gonna be Twas Fine, and these are the shows that are okay. The third tier is gonna be mediocre. The fourth tier is gonna be kind of a flop, not gonna lie. And the fifth tier is what, where, why, and these are the shows I truly completely forgot about. So the first show is Advance Bravely. And frankly, I don't remember a lot about this one. I think it was the first censored romance I watched from China, and so it really disappointed me. Also, if you hear something, I'm sorry, that's my computer. It tends to overheat all the time. So I'm gonna put it in mediocre because I was disappointed because it wasn't real BL. Second show is Choose, and frankly this one, like, no one has watched it except me because of course I watch every Thai show on earth. This one I'm gonna say kind of a flop, or what were. Yeah, no, I forgot about it immediately, so I'm gonna be what, where, why. Bye bye. The third show is, a recent one, End of Love, Love Mechanics. This one I really didn't like. I felt like Wee was such a bad character, like he was so boring and just treated Mark very badly. It's my least favorite from this series, even though this series in general was very mediocre. So I'm gonna put in mediocre, yeah. Then we have End of Love, This Is Love Story. This one, I think I'm gonna put it in mediocre as well. It was just so useless, like it didn't add anything to my life, so I'm gonna put it in mediocre. And the third one is Tosara. It was the first one I watched, and frankly it's my favorite, even though it's the most underrated from the three. Like, I don't know, I like this couple, I like this story, I like that there was no drama. It was just a story about two guys falling in love, so I just appreciated it. It wasn't the greatest thing ever, but it was fine. Then we have His Story 1, My Hero. This is the first story in the His Story series that has come to be what it is today, and it's generally very forgettable, not gonna lie. I watched the first season of His Story when it came out, so I just like really enjoyed the story. I found that it was really original, but now with the experience I have, I just find that it was quite mediocre. Sorry. And you know what, I'm gonna put Love Mechanics in kind of a flop because it wasn't mediocre, it was just a flop, it was just bad. Then we have I Am Your King, which is the show that made us all discover the Love by Chance casts. It was just weird because the cast was good, they had chemistry, yet it was just a flop, and the story stops and most of the ships like don't have an ending, so it was just like mediocre. Then we have I Am Your King 2. Girl, this one was bad. Then we have I Found Love in 7-Eleven. I feel like not a lot of people have watched that because it wasn't subbed until very recently. And frankly, I kind of enjoyed it, but I already know that I'm going to forget about it in like 5 minutes. So I'm going to put it in mediocre. Sorry. Frankly, it was kind of a pleasant show, but it just like didn't do much for me. Then we have Like Love. So Like Love is kind of old, so the production, especially in the first season, is really bad. But I feel like the acting and chemistry weren't bad. It's just very forgettable, but honestly they were really cute and they had some great moments, but it's just like, I would say it was fine. Then we have Love Poison. It was also produced by the same company who did I Found Love in 7-Eleven. I kind of like this one more than I Found Love in 7-Eleven. I did a terrible job of explaining it, but I just mean that the setting in the north of Thailand was just much more original. I liked how different from other BL it was. Then My Bromance. Oh my god. This one. Okay, so when I joined the BL fandom, I just watched all the BLs available, except this one. This was the only BL I never watched, and so I watched it a few months ago. Frankly, it wasn't bad. Like, I just feel like no one ever talks about it, no one cares about it, like everyone has forgotten about it. I just feel like it was underrated. Like, the acting was good, the story was good, and even though the ending is just so weird, like it ends so abruptly, I truly really enjoyed it. And so I don't know, I just like this one. The next one is My Dream. Who remembers My Dream? Like, come to me and tell me you remember My Dream. I don't. Me, I don't. I really don't. Girl. Oh my god. I was into this show and it aired, and it was so funny because at the end they like did this whole teaser with like a second season. Never happened. Never happened. They flopped so hard, like it never happened. So I'm putting it in the last year because, girl, this show. Oh, then My Tea. Okay. I love My Tea. Okay, so first I'm gonna put it in low-key underrated, and then we'll come back to it, okay? So why I love My Tea? So we can agree the writing in the show and the production in the show, garbage. Like, I can't believe GMMTV put out this. Like, girl, it's the worst produced show they ever put out. Yet, I love it so much. I've literally watched it like 7 times at this point. Because Drake-Frank's chemistry, some of the best I've ever witnessed. I'm sorry, they were 17 and they slayed the game. I'm sorry, but like, I love them so much. Morty is literally in my top 5 favorite ships. Like, so I just put it in low-key underrated because for me, even though the show was kind of shit, Morty is just such a good ship, they make it all better. Then the next show is Reminders. Girl, I still don't know what happened there. Like, what was that? It was a fever dream. Like, they put Puno from Lovesick with Perth Saint and Two Wish. What? Girl, I don't understand. I'm lost. I have no word. Like, and so I'm gonna put it in kind of a flop, not gonna lie, because girl, the story was non-existent. Like, it served no purpose except that I got to see Puno again. And just like Morty, Puno are one of my favorite ships. I love them so much. So I was really happy to see them again. But girl, I don't know what happened there. Like, I don't know what they thought. Like, anyways. The next show is Christens. Sorry, I don't know how to say the word. It was shit, so I'm gonna put it in kind of a flop, not gonna lie. I would put it in the last tier, but it's been like a month, so I can't say for sure I'm gonna forget completely about it. I don't know why I gave this series a chance. Game Boys and Hello Stranger was just so good that I thought, oh, every Filipino BL is gonna be so good. Like, what was the purpose of this series? There was none. It was bad. It was bad. The production was bad. The writing was bad. It was terrible. Then we have Sotus S. Do you all remember they made the sequel? Because, like, I forget about it. And once a month I remember, I was, oh yeah, Sotus S was a thing. So I'm gonna put it in mediocre. Frankly, it was okay, but after Sotus, which was my first BL, by the way, so like Sotus is the reason why I started watching Thai drama. So when they did this sequel and both characters were just so annoying, there were like 4 side couples that never got an ending. Girl, that was mediocre at best. Then we have The Ambiguous Focus. I don't remember this show. I know it was sad, so I'm gonna put it in What, Where, Why, because I just don't remember it. Oh, then we have The Shipper. I know it finished airing like a month ago, but I know I'm gonna forget about it, and rightfully so, because what was that? It wasn't even a BL. I mean, I wouldn't consider it a BL. I consider a BL a show that is primarily about 2 men falling in love, and here, this wasn't the main story, and also they ended badly. Sorry for the spoiler. So I'm gonna put it in kind of a flop, not gonna lie. Like, I'm gonna remember it a tiny bit, but girl, the cast was so good. Oh, I'm annoyed. Ah. Then we have Waterboy. So Waterboy, like, I'm mad about now because I realized how great of a cast this was. Like, there's literally 4 of my favorite Thai actors reunited in one series. It had my babies, like, I'm so annoyed. But it was really terrible. Like, frankly, I'm just shocked because Pinu and P-Earth like had great chemistry. But girl, this series was bad. Like, oh my god. I'm gonna put it in kind of a flop because it was pretty forgettable, but also it was kind of terrible enough that you remember it for that. And then the last show, and this one hurts, What the Duck. What the Duck, I feel, is one of the most underrated BL, and I really like it. Listen, I'm gonna defend it because Purple was one of my favorite ships until season 2 ruined them. I just love them so much, and I feel like no one loves them except me. I don't know, there was something, there was so much pining going on that I just... so much heartache and tension. Oh, that's my favorite things. So I just really like them. The rest of the show, I'm gonna put it in Twas Fine. And that's me being biased, but this is my channel. I can do what I want. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was really fun for me. And yeah, I'll see you next time.